The following portion of Daytime is sponsored by Cardinal Roofing.
Homeowners know roof maintenance is an important part of keeping a house in good order, and when it comes to finding a roofing company you can trust to meet your needs, the team at Cardinal Roofing has built a reputation for quality work in our community. And here to tell us more is the co-owner, Bridget Wilson. Bridget, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So how did you get into roofing?
By birth. I'm actually a third-generation roofing contractor. So grew up in the industry. My grandfather had 6 sons who all had at least one son, except for my dad, who had 2 daughters. And he offered it both to my sister and I for us to go to contractor school in conjunction with college. And I was the one that took him up on the offer. So yeah, I taught for a couple of years and went back into the family business.
Is it challenging for you to be a female in a male-dominated industry?
It is. It's interesting. The men in our industry are incredibly welcoming, surprisingly enough. I was still having babies when I got back into being out in the field, so I was pregnant out in the field. And interestingly enough, the men were very, very supportive of that. And then when I had an infant and I'd go to continuing ed courses, I would bring him with me. And the gentlemen in classes would be super excited to see a baby, or they'd offer to help, hey, I'll go hold him for you to give you a break. So it's been great that way as being a mom in the industry, because it's a very family-oriented industry. But being taken seriously sometimes can be a challenge. I look like a mom, I've got kids around me all the time. I've got teenagers now. So talking to somebody who doesn't look like your stereotypical roofing contractor, at times people do the head sideways. Like,
but then when you know your stuff, they're like, oh.
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhat. And sometimes they'll Google things, and I have I have great partners. My father and my partner, Chad Kirchen, are great. If somebody questions me or asks them the same question, my partner, Chad, is fantastic at saying, well, I can repeat what she said in my deeper voice if it makes you feel better. But she's exactly right, so it's good. I mean, it's rare, but it does happen, and it's funny to kind of play with people about it.
I know that you brand yourself as a community roofer. Why is that so important?
I grew up in the Tampa Bay area. I was born here, went to high school, elementary school, went to USF, go Bulls. So when we were starting to do our marketing, it was really hard for me to spend our company's money on things that just promoted us. And it just wasn't who I am as a person. I'm a very service-oriented person, so we decided that we would spend our marketing dollars benefiting our community as much as possible. So if we sponsor a baseball team, we want our name on the t-shirts. We want those kids to be able to wear our logo and know that we're helping them play ball. We also do a charity event once a year that we host, and we also sponsor a ton of charitable events in the community, gift basket donations, PTAs, things like that, in order to get our name out there, absolutely, but to also support and lift up the people within our community.
And veterans charities specifically, I know, are important to you. I mean, that shows you're in tune with what type of community we live in.
Absolutely. Our community is so great with veterans, and we all embrace every type of veteran that we have, be it the old World War II veterans or, freshly out of the military or freshly in as a new recruit. Our community is really great to rally around and really help with that. My father is a veteran. He served in the Army, and his father, my grandfather, actually served 2 tours of duty in World War II for 2 different branches of the military. So that was a very unique thing in my family as well. So it's just closer to our hearts.
Yeah, there's a personal connection. Bridget Wilson, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, you're welcome. And you can find more information by visiting cardinalroofingfl.com or by calling 813-689-ROOF. You can also visit girlroofer.com to register for the charity event. Daytime will be right back.
The preceding portion of Daytime was sponsored by Cardinal Roofing.